Yeah. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hopefully we are actually live on YouTube because otherwise this would be awkward. Okay. I had all these glorious theories for how I was going to introduce this, but let's be honest, I don't remember any of those. So instead, I'm just going to say that we're running some NaNoWriMo live sprints. I hope there are people here doing peoply things. Who knows? I'm sure there's a way to check. I don't know what that way is.
I don't think we have any friends yet. I see a little. We're live though. There's a little in the upper left-hand corner. There's a little live icon.
Our show is live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can always check it on YouTube too. See how we're looking.
We're looking good.
Looking good. Awesome.
Looking good.
All right. So obviously this is my channel. Me, Will, Nopoodles. I do mostly writing advice here. And I have some exciting friends. Would you like to introduce yourselves, my exciting friends? Kasey, would you like to go first?
Sure. I'm Kasey LeAlma, and I also give writing advice, but not too much. Mostly it's my journey to publication and what I do wrong. So hopefully you guys will do it right. But yeah, you can find me on YouTube, Instagram.
I have put all of the links to things in the description box, of course.
Cool.
Perfect. You're on top of this, Will.
Yeah.
And my name is Haley. My channel is Haley Writes, and I do a lot of like writing vlogs, just following my writing journey as well towards publication and eventually going to grad school and just figuring out all of life's intricacies along the way. So that's me.
Awesome. Okay, so my plan for these live sprints is to do a series of 20-minute live sprints because I like 20 minutes. It's a nice round number. And yeah, my thought process was we could do 3 of them and then see how long that actually takes us, because it sounds like it should take us 3 sets of 20 minutes, but it definitely won't. And then sort of see where we all are and whether we want to do a surprise 4th one or not.
Okay.
Because I know, Haley, you've got somewhere to be later. What is your this morning and my this afternoon?
Oh, yes. I'm traveling up to Door County this morning, which is about an hour and a half away from me, to go to a writing workshop in this writing nonprofit organization called Write On Door County. So they have like writers in residence and stuff. So they have a woman there now. I'm like blanking on her name right now, but she's teaching a workshop on writing fabulism, so speculative fiction, which is what I write and stuff. And I've really been feeling kind of like the NaNoWriMo drag lately as well, with just motivation, and I took on a long-term subbing position as well. So my time frame for like what I had time to write versus what it is now is just like a lot narrower. And I saw that they were offering this because I have a critique group through that organization as well that I'm part of. And so that's from 1 to 3 my time. So I just have to leave by 11:30, but it's a little after 8:30 now my time. So I should have plenty of time to at least do the 3 sprints, and then I might have to duck out at that point. We'll see what time it is with breaks in between and that, but I'll have to get some stuff ready and go double check my tires because I just got new tires. So I need to make sure that the tire pressure is still okay with the changing weather and everything for the trek back and forth and hours of driving today. But it should be fun. I'm excited.
So, all right, I'm going to throw this question to all of the people that are involved in this, which is however many people happen to be watching, which according to my little view counter is up to 2.
Wow.
And obviously you guys, do you want to chat a little first, or would you like to jump straight into sprints and chat a little after?
Completely up to you, Will. If you want to like spring it on us so we can like think about it a little bit during the sprint, and then we'll have the actual discussion. That way the people who are watching could also think about it too.
No, that's such a good idea.
Going on.
Yeah, so I guess the question to ponder while you're doing your sprint is how is NaNoWriMo going for you? Is it going well? Is it going less well than you had hoped?
Sounds good. And then people who are watching, if you want to answer it right away in the comments, go ahead during the sprint, and then we can respond to it and interact with it too during our break.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm glad I've got you two here.
I'm here for you, Will.
All right, so let's see if I can figure out how to make StreamYard do the thing.
Oh.
So pretty.
Ah, yay. Okay. And I've got to remember where I put the timer. Okay, are we ready to go? Yep.
Yep.
Ready.
Pressing the start button. Yay. And time. Time is happening. Oh, that's quite loud in my ears, but you probably can't hear it. All right. How did we do? How did we do? Yes, you probably can't hear it.
Well, it went pretty well on.
How did we do? Yes, you probably can't hear it. Where's the echo?
Well, it went pretty well on. Oops. I realize I still have that on. Where is it? Here we go. I can't hear anything. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. There we go. Sorry, I had opened up the. Oh my goodness, technology. I'm just like, it had gone in. I had opened it up so that I could do the commenting stuff because I can't respond to the comments in here as just the guest. And then I forgot that it was going at the same time, but I didn't have my volume on until I unmuted myself. Oh man. Anyways, it went good on my end. I had a little bit of trouble getting started just at first because I've been running into some plot snags as I've been getting into the second. I just finished up the second part of my book and now I'm on to the third. And towards the end of the second part, I was having a lot of plot issues because initially I started a whole new scrivener for draft 3, and I transferred a lot of like what I could say for the plot and everything, and I realized I didn't transfer over everything that I needed. So it's been a lot of going back and forth between draft 2 and draft 3, trying to figure out like what scenes I still need because I'd write a little synopsis or something and it was going off of a previous plot point that I never actually put in for this plot point, if that makes sense. So it's just, yeah, it was a lot of finicky, and then I transferred a bunch of stuff at the beginning after my scrivener updated because it needed an update as soon as I opened it up this morning. So I was a little bit behind already because of that. But yeah, and then oh man, and then I transferred a bunch of stuff and then I realized, oh wait, it is in draft 3, it's just in a different chapter. So then I had to delete that, find the other thing that I needed. I did find one scene that I still wanted. I transferred that and then I adjusted some of the plot things that I was thinking of. And I still have to go in and double check that I have everything, but I did manage to get, let me double check, 336 words during that. So
that's nothing to sneeze at.
A little bit of stuff, which is more than I thought I would. So I feel pretty good about that. Started a new scene. Yeah. I jumped ahead though. But it's fine.
What about you, Kasey? How was that for you? How was your sprint?
It was great. I'm not counting words, I'm counting time. So I got 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
So doing good.
I had so much fun. I've been typing it all into a Google Doc so I can access it on my phone because I realized last year that was a really helpful thing that I could do. And then my Google Doc crashed. So I was like, okay, we'll just open a new Google Doc for the sprints. And then that one crashed. So now I have old school. So I wrote 2 pages. Because, who needs to count in words? 2 pages.
That's
because I was using my tiny notebooks because I usually use these ones. But I don't have one of these ones available right now. But I know how many words I write on each of these pages. Whereas with the big one, I'm just like, nah, who knows? Some amount.
It's a good start, though. 2 pages.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, I'm pleased. It's words. That's what counts.
Yeah, definitely. Every word counts.
So yeah, how is NaNoWriMo going, like, in general, for you two? Is it good, middle, not
It's
so
good.
great?
I mean, I'm counting hours, so I'm probably a little cheating, but so I have like 18,000 words after I do my little math to figure out how many words the hours is. So I think I'm behind a little bit on like the minimum word count for Nano on whatever day we're on, but I'm not too worried about that. So
Let's talk.
Oh my gosh, why is my thing starting to go up here? Sorry, I was trying to get into my NaNoWriMo tab to check what I was at. But I'm about at 19,500, a little bit over, which is good. But I've also been doing a ton of cheating because, as I said, I had to transfer some scenes over from the second draft. So I was just counting that because I did go in and do some like revision, and I did cut out some paragraphs here and there that doesn't fit with the new plot. But for the most part, a lot of it is, I mean, I'm happy about it because it turns out I can save more of the first draft than I thought I could. So, I mean, that's always a good thing. But at the same time, I feel like I've just been confusing myself more with what my plot actually is versus what it was. And my notes aren't being quite as helpful. So I feel like I need to do a little bit more groundwork. But I feel good because, like, I'm technically like on task for NaNoWriMo and have more words than I thought I would at this point, especially with picking up a full-time position during this month that I wasn't going to and all that other stuff. So yeah, overall I feel pretty good about it, but yeah, it's definitely been a little stressful this past week with trying to figure out all the plot things that I totally fucked up. But I mean, it happens, and you know, lots of things still happen even on draft 3. So we're getting there slowly but surely, though, and hopefully, I'm gonna try after I reach the point today. I'm gonna try to just like look forward and try to reopen my outline that I'd made in a Google Doc and all this other stuff that I have, my resources, to just double check, see where I'm going, if I need to change anything else. So, because that will make the writing aspect of it a lot easier. So, yeah.
I have 10,000 words for NaNoWriMo, which is obviously about half of where we're supposed to be by now. But I have 10,000 words for a novel I had not written before, so that is still good. Yeah, as I said when we did the live stream on your channel, Haley, it was very much that thing for me of like, any words are good words, and I am happy to have any words. Especially because it's a thing for me of like, I have a book out now. Like, still exciting. And so it's like that thing of, well, I know I can do it. I know I can write a whole book from start to finish. So I don't feel that like intense pressure that I've had every other year I've done NaNoWriMo to be there. Like, if I don't finish it in a month, I can't write a book. It's like, I have physical proof that I can write a book.
Right. Yeah. I feel like there's so much like pressure to finish a book in a month too with NaNoWriMo. And the thing is that 50,000 words is usually just like a good start on a book, depending on what unless you're writing like just a very short novel. That 50,000 words to make most novels are around 70 to 80 typically, if not more. I mean, the first draft of mine was closing in on 150. So I mean,
wow. Yeah, I write really short novels. Like my draft is like 42,000, and so I need to add some words to it.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, for me, it's always a struggle. I'm just like, I always have to extend whatever I work on in NaNoWriMo because it's never done by the end of the month. But I think my problem is I just make the world too big, and then I have a lot more things to address.
Yeah,
so
I need to add to my world.
I got you. Opposite problems.
I discovered when I was doing my book that I have out, Mary Arlan Breaking the Curse, I discovered that by the time I go back in and actually add in things like character and location description and remembering that time passes for normal people, I have bumped up my word count by about 20,000 words because there's actually quite a lot of that needs to go into a book. And I'm just like,
Right.
that's convenient.
That's what
Plot-wise, I only need like 50 to 60,000 words and I have a novel because I haven't described these people, these places, the important things, or the time passes.
True. Yeah.
That's what I'm working on today. I need to fix my timeline. So I'm making notes and hopefully we'll figure out what I did wrong.
Timelines are hard. I could never do timelines very well. With my first draft, I was trying to like be all like edgy and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not gonna break it up by characters. I'm gonna have like multiple character pubs in one chapter, and I'm not gonna follow that structure because it's overdone. And because I have five characters, and it was just like by the time that I finished my first draft, it was just such a mess and so chaotic. Timelines were just like jumping around haywire because people were in different time zones too sometimes, and it was just so so my second draft was literally me just like reconstructing the first draft and so that it was chapter by character. But I mean, I started the book when I was 18, and I thought I was a very edgy writer, and I didn't need to have that structure. And shit, I was just like, and I'm like, then looking back, I was like, I just made such a mess for myself. There's a reason people break it up by character in chapter prompts. Oh man. I'm like crying now. I'm like, oh, just remembering that. I have to wipe my eyes for a second. Excuse me.
All right, so shall we do another sprint then?
Yes.
Sounds good.
I am not even going to try and write it on my computer this time. I'm just going to immediately jump to the notebook. Who needs technology?
Good plans.
I say live streaming to YouTube. Who needs it? Right. I'll click the button to make the thing happen. There we go. Okay, are we all ready to go? Good to go. Stop. Time is up. How did that sprint go?
Good. I'll move this again. I moved a lot during that one. Hold on. Focus. Oh my gosh. It went good for me. I got into a really nice flow, just continuing on with that scene. Introduced a few things that I obviously know was not in my outline. So I gotta think about that a little bit more, but I'm just going with it for now. Well, it's frustrating, but at the same time, I'm like, but is it better? I don't know. So
See where it takes you, right?
Yeah, that's about where I am. But I got the scene up to 970 words, it looks like. So that's pretty good. So that was about 500-ish words in 20 minutes, which is pretty high for me because I usually like come and go and stuff, but I feel like I just kept going the entire 20 minutes. So I felt like that was a really good sprint for me. So got in the flow. It is nice because I'm usually too tired in the morning to like get into like a full flow. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe morning times do work better for me. It's hard to say. I've never tried that this early before for me.
Never know.
Right. We got a comment from Emma. Hello all. How much longer are you going for? We just finished up our second 20-minute sprint. And our goal is either 3 or 4, depending how we're feeling after the third one. So we have at least one more 20-minute sprint coming up in just a minute after our break. And then see how we're feeling, and then maybe one more. So
yeah. That sprint went okay for me. My kids are hungry and they're eating mac and cheese for breakfast. So,
Awesome. Sometimes you just gotta have mac and cheese for breakfast. This is for Saturday mornings. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, my wife's favorite breakfast food is noodles. So we are a household of props for mac and cheese for breakfast. We agree with this as a fundamental choice.
I'm just like a coffee for breakfast person. Like I used to have breakfast more often, but I feel like every time I have breakfast now, I just feel like really groggy and gross for like the rest of the day, and I just end up overeating like all of my meals and stuff. So now I normally just have coffee until about noon, and then I have like a bigger lunch, and it like holds me over.
Yeah, I do the same thing. If I have breakfast, then I have like a little snack, and then I have another snack, and then I have lunch, and then I have more snacks. So if I don't have breakfast, then I just have lunch and dinner, and I'm fine. So it's weird how my body is like that.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same way, and it's the whole like getting past the whole like breakfast is the most important meal mentality. It's like coffee is my breakfast. Yep. And Emma says that too in the comments.
Yeah.
Coffee for breakfast too, and need to ease into the day. Yes, definitely. Same here.
I mean, I am a tea drinker because I am a walking stereotype of a British person. But tea for breakfast, tea to ease into the day. I get it. It's just tea. Okay, blame my dad. He's exactly the same. He's like that. He's just like, what shall I have as soon as I'm downstairs? I know, tea. And it's every time he goes downstairs, every time he goes into his kitchen, he's like, it's tea time. It's time for tea.
Yep. I studied abroad in London for 10 weeks when I was in college, and I had an internship at a theater, and I was literally, they always had tea breaks in between all of the rehearsals and everything. So
it's just like that.
Yeah, I liked it though. I really like having black tea with some, well, for me, lactose-free milk, but Yeah, thankfully the theater that I worked with, the owners of it were also lactose intolerant, so they always had like a dairy-free cream or two for their tea. So it was pretty fun, but all right.
Shall we jump back into another sprint then?
Sounds good. Yeah, I
Keep
just
this momentum going.
yes.
Let's do a little dance.
Oh my gosh.
Momentum dance.
But yeah, I agree. Tea in the US is weak. It is compared to when I was in England too. Yeah. I agree with Emma. All right. Good stuff. Yeah, let's get going.
Yep.
All the right buttons. Yay. Okay, let's do this. Clicked it already. We're going now. No warnings. Time. That is time.
Hello.
So how did that one go for everyone? Tell us.
Yeah, it went well for me. I got my scene up to just shy of 1,400 words. So I think that was, again, about 400-ish words. I haven't been keeping track of like per one, just the total amount per scene. But yeah, felt pretty good. I had some moments of distraction during this one. My dogs kept trying to get on my laptop since I'm on my bed so they can jump on my bed and stuff. And then were barking at me a little bit, but then they left. Somebody else was up and about in the house to let them out. So thankfully I didn't have to get off the bed to go let them out or something. But yeah, so
well done, Emma, for 409. Ooh. Also, well done, Michaela, for 64. 64 words, nothing to sneeze at, especially because you joined us a little bit after our start point of our sprint. I can't find my notes for where. Oh, I got like another 2 pages of handwriting. So I'm pleased.
hey, that's awesome.
Google will like work for you later and you can like enter those words and see how many you did get.
Yeah. We shall see, we shall see. Or I'll have to count them up painstakingly one by one. Although actually what I'll probably do is count up about 10 lines of it painstakingly one by one and then just average it out.
Right. I think that's what I've heard a lot of people do when they handwrite, is that they will count for one page and just round it up and say, okay, so I get about this per page, and then that's how they kind of do it.
It's like in my little notebooks, I know that 2 sides is 250 words.
Oh.
But I'm not in my little notebook. I'm in an A4 size notebook. So I'm like, well, it's not that.
Very nice. Yeah, I have the hardest time. I can't handwrite very well because I never type it up. I'm so bad. I do a lot of free writing or something. If I do like a workshop or if I'm just trying to work out something, I'll do some free writing. And I've typed up a couple of things, like for this book. Last year, I think I did some handwriting for it just because I didn't want to be in my laptop during school when they were taking a test or something. And I was just like, I just needed to scribble out some stuff. But yeah, I was just like, it was so hard for me to type it up. I couldn't even read what I wrote because I was writing so fast. So typing is definitely my go-to form for writing just because it's more legible.
Oh, yeah. Legibility-wise, I have a very special skill, and my very special skill is being able to read most of my own handwriting. And then the bits that I can't read, I'll be there to my wife like, what does this say? And she'll go, because it's just a nightmare. But
I really enjoy handwriting. I handwrote something earlier this year and I'm like, I don't want to type this up, so I dictated it, which went really well. So
yeah, dictation software does not like my accent, and I think it's that thing of like, I have this thing where when I'm talking on camera or when I'm talking to another person, this is my accent. But when I am talking by myself while reading out loud, this is not my accent. Dictation software does not like my accent by myself at all. It's just like, I don't think that's a real word, Will. I don't think the word not is a real word.
I always wonder if they had it where you could switch it, like if when you're speaking with accents, they have, they should be able to like have the different accents for dictation. But
it was really funny because when dictation and like Siri on iPhones first really became a thing, my dad got it and he had it in his car. and he was like, "Oh, I'll dictate. I'll get it to call someone while we're in the car." And we were all really excited. And then he's there like, "Siri, phone mum." And so he's like, "I'm sorry, I did not understand." And it's like, you're a tad Scottish for this.
Yeah, I think the first book that I ever wrote when I was in middle school, I hand wrote all of it, and it ended up being like five like full-size notebooks.
Wow.
But I wrote it like every other line, and I had better handwriting then because I took more time with it. But I never typed it up.
I had better handwriting.
What?
Oh, echo. That was an echo.
Oh, that was an echo. Okay, I was like, what? But yeah, since then I was like, yeah, I can't because I know myself, and I won't do anything with it. So honestly, I don't want to do anything with something that I wrote in middle school, anyways.
Oh yeah, because I was writing before NaNoWriMo started. I was writing the sequel to my book that came out in October, and I've got this specific notebook for it, which is this one that lives on my desk. And every little bit that I wrote in there, I wrote like maybe a page and a half of a scene, and then I was like, I'm not sure where to go with this. And I can't remember what I've written, so I just immediately type it up and then continue it. So it's got like all of these half-finished scenes, and then the rest of it's all typed up into a nice, neat document.
That's awesome. Love it. Well, did we want to do one more?
Yeah, do we want to do a fourth sprint?
Sure, I can do one more.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a fourth one.
Yes.
All right, hang on while I remember all of the steps again. Just done it 3 times and I'm still there like I have no idea what I'm doing. Emma would like to know what genre we're all writing. Let's answer this question first. I am writing a fantasy novel about fey courts. It's my genre and specifics. Kasey, what are you writing?
I'm writing an urban fantasy about witches.
And I am writing a kind of fantasy sci-fi that starts in a dystopian world but ends up having multiple realms and different reality creatures that kind of are alien-ish like. So yeah, making up my own monsters. It's a lot of fun.
Now I want to know what genre Emma and Michaela are both writing in. So please do tell us what genre you're writing in the comments. But I won't make you all. Historical fiction, nice. I don't read a lot of historical fiction, but my wife really likes it. So
I like reading it, but I don't think I could write it.
Yeah, I feel like historical fiction is so hard because I suck at research. I try my best. It's one of my weak areas right now. I'm trying to get better at it, but I love reading a good historical fiction though because I love learning about the different times and places. Specifically, like my favorite like eras, like anything 19th century. I'm like all for. Yeah, I love reading things that are going on in the 19th century.
Yeah, I think the closest I tend to get to historical fiction is steampunk.
Yeah.
But yeah. Right. So let's do this. Let's do another sprint. I'm actually going to remember to count down this time. So are we ready? Are we all ready to go?
Yes.
Ready? Start. Yay. That is time. That is the end of our sprint.
We did it.
Woo-woo.
Yay.
So how did
Nice.
everybody's sprint go? Was it productive?
Yes.
Yes, it was productive for me. I got my Scrivener up to 1914 for this scene, so almost 2,000 new words today. So that felt pretty good for it only being almost 10:30 my time. That like never happens. So that felt pretty good. And then I had added that other scene earlier too, so I'll probably include that in my total for putting into NaNoWriMo, just because I'm gonna have to take a little bit of a break for a while to just figure out the rest of the plot stuff. But the scene, I still have like a little bit more to go, I think, to like round it off, because right now it just kind of like cut at the end of, at the end of the sprint. So I just have a little bit more work to do on that. But yeah, I feel really good where it left off, and that was a lot. I don't know how many words that, I think that was 3, 9, yeah, 600, 500 something, maybe. So pretty good for me. I went to the bathroom too, so that was also productive.
Mine was good. I had less kid interaction, I think, this time.
Emma got 267 words. Congratulations to you. That is a very, very good number of words. And Michaela got 468. Very nice. And Natalie got 100 words. Very nice. All words are good words.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, great job, everyone. This was great. I feel like I'm never this productive in the morning, so this was a fun experiment for me to see.
All about having other people also be productive with you.
Oh yeah. No, definitely. For sure. Yeah, I wasn't even sure initially when I was hopping on if I was gonna get much writing done at all, because I had been having so many of these little plot things happening that I was like, I don't know what I'll be working on. So I'm glad that I was able to find something and get something moving too, and all that fun stuff. Oh man.
Yeah, I had a whole crisis of confidence on Thursday where I was like, I have to quit. I don't have any more words in me. And then I didn't quit. I quit for the day. I was like, I'm not writing any words. And I didn't write any words on Thursday. And then I was like, on Friday, I was like, actually, I have an idea though. Which is, yeah, for sure. That's just how, like, a lot of the time how NaNoWriMo works for me. I'm like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. And I let myself quit for a day. And it's like, okay, I only have 10,000 words, which is not a great way to win NaNoWriMo. But it's still 10,000 more words than I had. And now I have even more words. I just don't know how many because it's all handwritten.
I know. I'm going to put in my words now, actually, to see what I put in just for that scene. I'll add in that other scene later, but 21,439. Awesome. I'm ahead of the game now. Yay. I don't have to write tomorrow. I do have my I'm going live on my channel tomorrow evening again, because people seem to have shown up. So I was like, okay, this seems like a time that people want to write. So from 5 to 7 Central Time on my channel tomorrow. And so I probably should try to write during that, maybe. Just maybe.
Just doing quick mental time zone maths, and that will be very late at night for me. So I probably will not attend.
Sure. Yeah.
It's already got really dark here now. It's like 4:30 in the afternoon.
Oh yeah. Yes. It's getting super dark here too at 4:30. It's just like, oh.
I know. Last night it was like 6:30, and I'm like, it feels like it's 9:30. Can I go to bed now?
I know. I really wanted to go to bed earlier yesterday because I was just so tired. Once it gets super dark, I was just like, oh, I mean, I still stayed up late, but
Me too.
I was just like, because I had to get up so early all week. I was like, it's my one night to like stay up later than I normally have to, and so, but.
And then you joined us.
And then I joined you this morning, yes. But today was sleeping in for me. After this whole week of waking up, having to wake up at 6, and this morning I got up at, I think, like 7:20-ish. So.
Sorry, there was a van coming down my street, and like like you can't go anywhere. There's nowhere behind my house. My house is the end of the street, so it's like every time somebody comes in, I'm like, "Who are you, and why are you here?"
You gotta turn around. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for hosting, Will.
Yeah, thank you both for coming, and also all of the people who came and watched. It was really nice doing this with all of you. Really enjoyed it. Obviously, I already said this, but for the people who weren't here at the beginning, I've left all of the links to everybody's channels in the description box below, so you can go and check them out. And if you want to watch Hayley's live stream tomorrow, then obviously that is where to find her. And yeah, so I guess that's that. Good luck with NaNoWriMo, everyone. And yeah, we'll see you if I decide to do this again.
Sounds good. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.